Imagine walking alone under twisted trees when you suddenly realize every branch has eyes. They never blink, they never speak, but they follow your every step. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know why this forest of silent owls watches travelers. In this video, you'll discover where this legend comes from, what the watching owls are supposed to protect or punish, and the one rule travelers must never break if they want to leave the forest. Picture a cold evening. A traveler with a red cloak, a small pack, and a wooden walking stick enters this forest, laughing at the villagers' warnings about silent owls that see every secret. At first, nothing feels strange, just wind in the branches and the crunch of leaves. But then the traveler notices no bird songs, no insects, no animal sounds at all, only the weight of hundreds of silent eyes. This legend appears in many villages bordering deep forests. Parents tell it to children so they never wander too far. The message is simple. In the wild, you are never truly alone, and something always watches. So what exactly are these silent owls? In most versions, they aren't normal birds at all. They're spirits of the forest, taking the easy shape of owls to blend with branches and see every path. Their job? To watch travelers and judge their intentions. Merchants, lost wanderers, even bandits. The owls don't speak. They only observe, memorize, and silently weigh every action taken under their trees. Why owls? In many cultures, owls are symbols of night, mystery, and hidden knowledge. In this myth, their wide eyes become living mirrors, reflecting not your face, but your intentions as you walk below. Here's the rule every traveler hears before entering. Never lie inside the forest. Not with your words, not with your actions, not even with your thoughts, because the owls can see the truth you try to hide. One tale tells of a trader carrying more gold than declared to the village guards. He smiled, acted honest, but his mind was full of greed and plans to cheat. Under the branches, the owls turned their gaze toward him. The deeper he walked, the heavier his bag felt. Roots seemed to rise from the earth to grab his feet. The air thickened. The forest didn't move, but his path twisted, looping back on itself like a snake. In some versions, the forest punishes like this, not with claws, but with confusion. Travelers who lie become lost, walking in circles until they admit the truth aloud, even if no one human is there to hear. According to old storytellers, the forest itself listens. The owls are its eyes, but the roots and branches are its ears. When someone finally confesses, the path slowly straightens and leads them back to safety. So what happens to those who never confess? Some myths say they simply fade into the forest, becoming new twisted trees. Others say they become shadowy shapes that future travelers see between trunks. But this is not only a scary story. There's also a protective side. Many villagers believe the silent owls guide honest travelers. They open small gaps in the trees and light the way with their quiet glow. Imagine you're a lone traveler, truly lost but with no bad intentions. In some versions, if you speak your fear out loud and ask for help, the owls blink together once and a safe path appears. This legend teaches two things at once. The forest is dangerous, but also fair. It doesn't hate humans. It simply demands honesty and respect. And the silent owls are there to make sure you remember that rule. Over time, travelers began small rituals. Some leave a ribbon on a branch, others speak their name and purpose at the first tree. Not because the forest needs it, but because it calms their own guilty conscience. In one variant, a young messenger must cross the forest with a sealed letter. He is tempted to open it out of curiosity. The further he goes, the more pairs of eyes appear, lining every branch above him. He finally stops, lifts the letter, and whispers, "I want to look, but I gave my word." The owls remain silent, then gently turn their eyes to the path ahead, as if inviting him to continue with his promise kept. Notice how this shifts the legend. The watching doesn't only punish, it rewards restraint. Many storytellers use this to remind listeners that real courage is often invisible, seen only by the silent witnesses around us. You might ask, is this forest real? Some point to specific locations, others say it's purely symbolic. In myth, the forest often represents the unknown, and the owls represent the feeling of being observed by your own conscience. Think about it. Haven't you ever felt watched when you were about to do something you knew was wrong, even alone? This legend turns that inner voice into a whole forest full of unblinking eyes. And still, the myth keeps one big mystery. What exactly are the owls writing in their silent memory? Some say every step and every choice is stored in the forest like an invisible book of travelers. In some stories, when a traveler dies far away, the forest owls close their eyes for a brief moment, as if marking the end of a chapter. Then they reopen them, ready to watch the next person who dares enter. So, if you ever cross a deep, quiet wood where even the wind holds its breath, you might remember this legend. Imagine the branches heavy with invisible judges, just waiting to see who you really are. Here's the final lesson hidden in the myth. You can't control who or what watches you, but you can control what they see. In the forest of silent owls, the only real protection is to walk with honest steps. Next time you hear a story about enchanted woods or watchful spirits, remember this forest of silent owls. Ask yourself, if they were watching me right now, would I be proud of what they see or want to hide?